was always like one step ahead when it came to music.
Okay.
So like when I heard an artist, I knew like he was gonna be big, right?
So you had that ear.
I had that
DJ ear.
I have that ear, right?
Yo.
What up? What up?
What's goody?
What's up, co-workers? Welcome back.
I like when it like remix into. Is that what that's called? Like a reverb?
I'm
is
not
that
a
what that
DJ.
Back scratch?
Yeah,
DJ.
back scratch. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know my terminology, you know, but we got the experts in the building to help us out with
Yeah, we
that.
got a DJ.
He's showing off and shit. Damn.
Right. Okay. DJ, we see you.
But welcome back, co-workers, to another episode of the We Outside Afterwork podcast. I am Dana.
I'm your boy Aaron, and we got DJ MPure in the building.
Official.
What up?
DJMPure.
I affectionately know him as Big Mike. Dana knows him as Mike. And he is one of the most popping DJs in the state of New Jersey, in the world, actually, if you ask me.
Ooh.
So get on your
Okay.
P's and Q's. You know, follow him on Instagram, all the socials, because he definitely doing big things. So shout out to you, Mike. We
Shout out
appreciate
to
you for
Mike,
coming through.
on.
You know, it's a union thing. You feel me? Curryville specifically.
We've had a lot of people from Union on here.
We support each other.
Kean,
Yeah.
yeah.
We support each other. That's how it
Right.
is.
That's how it should be, right?
Support the word of 2023.
2023.
You feel me?
Right.
Support.
Yes. So we always start with a icebreaker game, and
We're gonna let you start.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. So yeah, the icebreaker game is hot takes.
Okay.
Yes. So this one is, I don't know how I feel about this one because it's a little weird. So it says, I would rather know when I die than how I die. So you have to pick one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go with, I want to know when I die. That way I have like a deadline, because I think of it as like a goal.
It is, yeah.
Literally a deadline of when the time is up. So I want to do as much as possible, see as many family and friends that I can, and just do everything I want to do until that point.
So you just gonna stop everything that you're doing and then restart because you know you're gonna die at this point in time?
Well, I'm gonna just
live?
keep doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna live every day like it's my last, right?
But I'm asking that because it feels like something's gonna change. Like, okay, I know I'm gonna die when I'm 97 years old on the 3rd of October. So
yeah, so that's like a specific date, and if I knew the time, then it's like
damn, you need it down to the time.
Down to the
And I
time.
thought that's
Down
what
to
it
the
was.
second. I need to know when I'm gonna die.
Yeah, so I'm doing everything I can up until then.
I feel you. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, what about you, Mike?
I gotta agree with you on that one. I want to know when, so I can get everything done I need to get done. Check it off my bucket list. See families and friends. Make some poor decisions, great decisions, and set up my family for success. So
You know,
Yeah.
what's crazy is I was thinking about that movie Bucket List when Dana said her thing with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
And
I
what was
didn't
that,
want to
Jack
watch
Nicklaus?
it because I knew it was going to be depressing. I heard it was good though.
Yeah, I seen it. I don't remember too much of it, but it's like, you know, living your life out to its fullest is definitely like fulfilling, right? But for me, nah, fuck that. Let me know how I'm gonna die.
I knew you was going to go with that one.
Listen, if I know I'm gonna die from diabetes or some shit like that, it's like, all right, I might chill out with eating all the sugar. And all
I
that
was
stuff.
going to say, would you indulge in sweets?
No, because I'm gonna die from it.
Diabetes?
No, but if
But
I
you know how, but you don't know when. So you can have diabetes and live for 100 years. You can have diabetes and live for 1 year.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
So you don't know.
I need to know if diabetes was going to take me out. Then I need to.
It could be chicken wings. It could be anything.
You can get diabetes from chicken wings too.
You can get anything.
Yeah, anything with sugar.
Anything with sugar,
Sugar,
carbs.
Them
salt.
barbecue sauce. Yeah.
Speaking of, we actually just had wings because Mike brought us wings from a spot close by.
Blessing the host.
Yes, you
First
got to take care of your
guest
host.
that brought us food.
But can I ask him a question? This is a little personal, but why are you so passionate about taking care of hosts?
Because as a DJ, sometimes people don't take care of me. So I'll do events. They forget to bring me food, drinks, ask if I'm okay. So when I am a guest at somebody's show or somebody's house, I make sure I bring something to show appreciation for you having me.
I like
Facts.
that. So
Appreciate that.
it's something that you don't get. You want to reciprocate it,
Exactly.
just in case they want to be nice and do the same for you.
So listen, if y'all hire this awesome DJ professional to do your events, make sure you look him out. I mean, he's a big man. You know, you gotta feed this man. You feel me? But no, I'm gonna ask my question because I'm not gonna answer it first. I'm gonna let y'all go first. But I'm gonna ask my question. Hooking up with a step sibling is incest.
That's fucking disgusting, number one.
Okay.
And number two, if we are related in any way, shape, or form, which includes marriage, I'm not looking at you as like, oh, let me figure out if maybe we could do, like, no.
So your cousin, that ain't your cousin.
If you got cousin in front of anything, no. That's
but it ain't
nasty.
in front of nothing. It's in front of their cousin.
If you're...
If we had reunions and barbecues...
Okay, so then, let me switch it up then.
All right.
If your parent got married to someone who had their own kids, and then one of their kids was like super attractive and was your type and they was flirting with you, would you try to talk to them?
Listen, I was a fan of the Brady Bunch, so, you know, I'm just saying, you know.
Now, what would happen if you were dating that person before the parents got together?
Oh, that's crazy.
That's different.
That's different.
Speaking of, did you guys see that story that was on, I think it was the Shade Room, of course. We always shout out them out. They should sponsor us.
They should sponsor y'all.
But it was this woman... I think she was from Mexico, like some country, where she found out, she was doing the DNA or Ancestry.com, and she found out her husband was her second cousin.
I saw that.
What you supposed to do, though? What you supposed to do? You supposed to
What
just...
do you do in that situation?
Like, that's my husband.
Don't look at me. That's fucking
Listen,
nasty.
at the end of the day, I don't
what
suggest...
if your kids come out with, like,
Okay,
fucking
it's
6
too late.
You're already there,
and
though.
then you
Like,
find out
you're already
why.
there.
What you supposed to do? Go back? Like, sorry, I gotta go back in time
Yeah,
and pick
back in
another
time.
nigga.
I gotta
Like,
lose all the feelings, money, houses, marriage license. Like, you're already there at that point.
Yeah, you too deep into
You
it.
too deep in.
So what you is it incest?
It is incest.
Okay.
Unless it's something like that whole Mexican thing, like you had no
Yeah.
idea, like you're already there, and the kids come out with no genetic defects, all that stuff. Then you kind of.
What you think about it, Aaron?
Hold on, time out. Your kids wouldn't come out with no genetic defects if
It's a higher
not incest.
percentage if they
I'm not
are
related to this
you.
person. All right, what I think, first off,
Oh, so it is step-sibling. Okay.
yes.
Okay, so
As a step sibling, I'm not related to you. We are
Okay.
not blood. If you down the hall from me and you ain't my cousin, sister, whatever it is, it's up.
That's your step-brother, though.
No, first off,
Like, you're gonna be
I'm
at
not messing with my step-brother.
Not your brother, but your step-sister. Y'all are at, like, family dinner.
That's easy access.
And then what if your parents find out?
What they gonna do?
You're not... So...
Would you rather me be with a stranger?
Wow.
At least I know this person. We don't even have to introduce each other to the parents. They already know each other well enough. So all I'm
That's
saying,
sick.
How
And
is that sick?
That gives me like Utah and like the
Utah,
Midwest vibe.
Like
Wyoming.
Alabama. First off,
Shit that people like
South
no
Dakota.
one goes there and they do weird shit like that.
that's not weird though, because we're not related. Like
you
it's
are related.
you're related through
not
some
by
other
blood,
motherfucker.
but through a marriage
through
paper.
marriage that
paper.
counts.
No, it don't. Who told y'all this?
So you would do it.
I would. If you find this
It's
shit
on camera, guys.
and you, so
It's on
what?
camera. I'm out.
First off,
I'm gonna
I'm
sip my
out.
drink.
I have no problem admitting to wanting, not that I have any step sisters or anything like that, or
That you
step
know
cousins, but if she with it, what's up?
I just want to go on record saying I'm out. That's not me.
Yeah, me and Mike don't agree.
That's
Aaron
fine. Y'all ain't
agrees.
gotta agree.
He's with that.
Because we ain't blood. So,
Yeah. Okay.
whatever.
Gross.
Fuck y'all.
All right, let's get into DJ MPure's background and like who you are, because that's actually why you're here. Is to talk about you. So
Not
thing,
his stepsisters.
one thing we want to get into is, well, that I'm curious to know as to like, when did that start? Like, was it always a passion of yours to be a DJ, or did it just so happen because you were good at like knowing like music and stuff like that?
I was always good with music. I was the kid sitting in front of the tall multi-layered record thing in the house where you play like the mixes on WBLS. On Sundays, you record the DJs with the tapes.
Like an 8-track?
No, I don't
Now
think
with
we
an
that
8-track,
old.
yeah. I ain't that old. I'm old, but I ain't that old.
I started the grab.
You would hop on Saturdays, and your favorite DJ would get on, and you would record the mix and play it back later. And then I got into college. Sports didn't really work out, so I was the guy in the dorm room with.
I could see you being like a sports like athlete.
I did. I played football, basketball in high school. Played football in college. Didn't really work out.
Why didn't it work out?
It's a long story.
Was it not a passion, or like you got hurt? Because we had Issa on, who was like an ex-pro
Yeah, we all
football
went to
player.
school together.
Oh, you went to
Yeah, I
school?
went to school with,
They played together
Union.
and everything.
Oh, Oh shit.
Union.
Okay.
First of all, Issa was always going to be a star. Issa as a freshman was always like, I don't want to go against him. I don't want him to hit me. He hit too hard in practice. Like we already knew he was going somewhere. I started football late. I played basketball and baseball for Hillside, and then I went to high school for football. And I was a late bloomer. So when I got to college and I played football, it was kind of like I was the man in high school, senior, starting all that stuff. I get to college and it's kind of like, you're a freshman, I take a back seat, but I'm like, I'm better than the seniors and the juniors. Why can't I play? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of like hurt my ego a little bit.
Okay.
Me and the coach kind of got into it. I had a previous injury. So I kind of like, mentally digressed from football, started working. You know how that is. You're young, get a little bit of money. All that comes into play. So I was like, football really ain't it. Now looking back at it, I wish I would have played baseball, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
So was it during your college career where you figured, like, let me pivot to DJing? Like, when did that happen? Oh, it was in college?
It was in college, yeah. College, freshman year.
What college did you go to?
I went to Kean.
I went to Kean too.
I went to Kean University.
I went to Kean
We
too.
all went to Kean.
I went to Kean.
What year?
I was there 06 to 2011.
Okay, see, I was 2012 to 2017.
Yes, you came after me.
I
So
didn't come here.
I DJ'd your parties at downtown and stuff.
Possibly. It was a lot of DJ Walla too.
And me.
What's his name?
And you.
What's his name?
DJ Walla.
It's DJ Walla.
That's what I said.
No, you said Walla.
I don't know
I have an accent.
You got an
And a
accent?
speech
DJ Walla. So Walla would call me to do parties at Downtown.
Oh,
So I was
the
filling in for him.
parties. Yeah.
Downtown
Those was
parties.
lit.
The Cougars Den before the Den was a Den. I was doing all that stuff.
Oh, you was. So you most likely was there.
I was there.
You
mainly-
curated her freshman year of college.
I
And
did.
I appreciate that.
I got you, right. So I was freshman year, stopped playing football. I was the guy with the black MacBook, right? The black one was more expensive. The iTunes, the music. I had all the mixtapes, all that stuff. So people were crowding in our dorms to like listen to music. And I knew Walla. I know Walla for a long time. This is back when Club Abyss, Deco.
I remember Abyss. My brother went to Abyss. He's like 2 years older than me.
Abyss was like that thing. So I'd be in Abyss with him, like giving him music while I was in the booth. He was like, yo, you should be a DJ. And I was like, I could never do what you do, right? I'm looking at
Why did you say that?
Because just looking at it from his perspective, like having a sea of people, imagine 2,000 people looking at you to do the next thing, right? You're commanding the crowd.
You curate that vibe.
Vibe, right?
Yeah.
Like you're the commander of the crowd.
And Walla at that time, he had the
big.
vibe.
Yeah, he was big.
He's still big. He's big, but he's not. He's bigger outside too of Jersey.
Yeah.
Outside of Jersey.
I think it was like a groundswell of like that's ours.
That is
like when we used to see him, because I don't know if you've seen him on the Kean campus, but when we used to see him walking, it's like yo, he gonna be something for us.
Yeah.
Walla, Lil Man, even Arsenal from a battle rap perspective. Like
Arsenal went to school with us, right? Arsenal was with
we used to see them. So it's like he's a battle rapper.
Okay.
So Ice on Joe Budden podcast, his brother.
I had to look at you sideways. You from Jersey? Don't know who Arsenal is?
Ain't that Ice's brother?
Do you know who Shotgun Sugar is?
I don't listen to battle
It's
rap.
okay.
Don't put me on this.
Listen, Sugar, if you listen, we're gonna get you on the show, okay?
Nah, that's my
if he want to come on,
Sugar, my man.
and tell us about his background,
So-
like I'm with it.
Dana's real professional. Like, okay, what's your 401?
Tell us about your 411, what you do with the past.
What's your background?
But yeah, so that's how I started being Abyss while I listening to music, giving them songs to play, and then it turned into. At the time, I was working at Apple, right? I was working at Apple, and this thing came out called DJ. It was like $150. It was like a little mixing board. I was like, you know what? My mom always told me you should be a DJ. I was like, no, I could never do that.
Oh, your mom supported
My
it?
mom supported me. I was like, I could never do that.
Yeah.
I'm like the music and the time and everything else.
Hold on, let's get into the family background, because I know. Like when you think of careers and like people going to college, you think that your child is gonna have like a very like corporate professional job, right?
No.
So my parents felt that way. But for your case, your mom, she always supported the DJ career?
My mom supported sports. So my mom, now everybody knows that she is the only person in Hillside High School history to score 1,000 points, 1,000 rebounds. So she cemented it in history. So me,
from women's basketball?
Women's basketball. Well, basketball in general in Hillside.
Mom.
Right? So me being the boy playing sports, I'm the only child playing sports, was like, he's going to play in the league. When I stopped playing football, it was kind of like, all right, well, what are you going to do next? I always knew, like, I never had, like, that corporate structure, sit down 9 to 5. I always knew I was, like, different. I was good in technology, good with music. So she kept saying to me, you should DJ. And I was like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I'll figure it out, but I was always good with music. And then when I say, you know what, I'm gonna do this, I had bought the little DJ thing. I'm in the basement. She let me go in the basement and just blast music till 5, 6 a.m. Like, she didn't care.
And can I give a little backstory?
Yeah.
So Kanye, I know we don't like to talk about Kanye, but Kanye is my favorite artist. All because of this man. All because of this man. We sat in his basement playing Madden, listening to College Dropout.
See, that's what Kanye was.
College Dropout, right? Was
yeah,
like
but
it
wasn't just listening to it. It's like, no, Mike was like, yo, you got to hear this song. Like, listen to that. Like, listen.
Oh,
like,
so he put you on.
It's not even putting us on. He was like directing us. Like, yo, this is the vibe. Like, catch the vibe and stuff like that. Like, you know, as kids, you playing video games, you ain't thinking about nothing else. But it's like, yo, now this song is sitting with me because he's putting it onto me. Like,
so putting you on.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I'm
sorry.
I was always like one step ahead when it came to music.
Okay.
So like when I heard an artist, I knew like he was gonna be big, right?
So you had that ear.
I had that
DJ ear.
I have that ear, right? Right. Soon, you know, we're gonna make that happen.
Let's talk about that.
Right. So I remember when, you know, an artist called Young Dolph, right?
Yes.
I was doing a club to remain nameless, and I'm in the club, right? And I'm playing this Young Dolph song. I'm playing this song called Not No More. Nobody's moving to it. Nobody's grooving to it. And I'm texting my boy, and I'm like, yo, Dolph about to be up next.
Oh,
and
you called it?
I called it.
Okay.
And Preach came out, took over. I remember being a Wild Bull in Patterson. I played I'm a Boss, Meek Mill. Right, my man Mar from South Jersey, Philly. I was on Meek Mill already, In My Bag, all that stuff. Right, I was like, "Who is Meek Mill?" Listen to a song. I was like, "Yo, you gonna be next?" T.I. supposed to sign him, didn't happen. Ross signed him. I'm a Boss came out. I played it in Wild Bull. Everybody gave me his eyes like, "Who is this? What is this going on?" Cool. 3 months later, Flex played it on Hot 97, hottest song in the world. And I'm like, this might be next song up. I'm like, yo, listen to me. Like, I got that ear.
Right.
So, you know, when it comes to music, I always like analyze it differently. Like, I hear everything going on, the voice, the pitch, the beats, everything going on. So I just got that ear.
Where did that passion come from?
It came from, so I have an uncle who was always into music, and all his cars always had sound systems and the 212s in the trunk, all that stuff. So
loud as shit.
Yes, and loud, right? So riding with him, and like my dad, when we was in Georgia, picked me up from the airport. He always played like house music. So my dad tried to be a DJ, didn't really work out, right? So we would get down there, listen to house music. Gotta have house music, right?
Yeah.
So I was always around music, always in front of like the radio. So when it came down to like music, I would tell my mom, like, nah, this gonna be up. Like Mike Jones and Paul Wall, like played them in the car, like going to school in the morning.
Okay.
So I always had like that extra like sixth sense of music.
So it sounds like your dad was like a big influence. You know who Mike
Jones and Paul Jones?
I know who Mike Jones is.
You do? You should?
I just wanted to know because you know she's a little baby.
Yeah, annoying.
You gotta ask some questions.
But yeah, no, that's dope though. That you like. Did you take inspiration from your dad? Like, was he a big influence in you following that career as a DJ?
My dad always told me, do what you love while you can. While you're still young,
love that.
Because he wishes that he could do certain things. So I always took on like everything that I could do when it comes to DJing, work, certifications, like everything that I could do while I'm still young, I do it.
What kind of certifications?
IT certifications.
I'm an IT.
You're an IT?
I am.
What part of IT?
So my background was healthcare IT.
Okay.
So it was cloud computing and like cloud servers and AWS, and now it's like Azure, and I'm a solutions architect.
Yeah, and I'm in IT too because I'm it. You feel me? Like you just need to know that. Like, I'm sorry.
I'm going into AWS now.
Oh, okay.
Cloud engineering, all that stuff.
Is that like your day job that you do, or is just something you're trying to get into, which is the technology industry?
I've always been in tech. So I worked at Apple for 9.5 years. I was a certified genius. I was actually one.
It's a flex.
Certified genius. So you know, you go to Apple and be like, my phone's fixed, my computer's broken. You need something fixed. I'm the guy you would come see.
I feel like Apple though. Usually, my friends who have went, they've always had to either buy a new laptop because Apple is kind of known to not really take apart their.
Now they're not. Before
now?
We got sent to training for like 4 weeks, and it was like you're gonna learn everything inside out. Like you're gonna learn the diagnose things. So I got trained a little different than these new people.
Yeah,
I'm taking things apart. I'm figuring out the problem, soldering things together. Now it's like they're all about. Not saying anything bad about Apple, but it's more about money.
No, we love Apple. Yeah, it's all about the brands. Actually, just brought the new
MacBook, right?
The MacBook Air, the Starlight color is so beautiful. It's like gold, and it has like the M2 processing chip.
Yeah, I got an Acer.
It works, right? It works for you.
As long as it works. But I'm doing the video,
My shit
like
be doing word
uploading and stuff.
processing and shit. And like,
So
nah.
like video editing, like Macs are usually
Macs are the best for creatives.
Exactly. So that's why I got it. But okay.
But in regards to you being a DJ, how do you come up with like consistent sets, especially when you're at like these high value venues where you're getting hundreds of people to come in and see you? Like, how do you set that mood?
I read the crowd. So people don't, some DJs don't read the crowd. They play what they want to play. I like to watch the crowd. I like to stay on top of music, whether it's like the new thing was not really new, but to everybody else, Afrobeats. Afrobeats, reggae, soca, all that stuff. So I'm always on top of Afrobeats. I have some friends from Ghana, Nigeria feed me music.
Oh, look at you.
So I'm always trying to stay. I try to be, you know, I've done some destination weddings. I've been in some clubs in other countries. So, you know, trying to stay ahead of the game.
Yeah.
So how has that been working for you? Do you think that people recognize like, yo, when Impure is here, I'm gonna get this feel, or like, do you adjust? Because I know you said you read the crowd. So what if that soca and that house music?
What is it mean reading the crowd? Like, is it when people stop dancing? Because I've been to clubs and parties where like they have a DJ, and we're like, oh, the music is dry or the DJ isn't that great, and people just aren't dancing. So like, do you see that and then you're like, okay, let me switch it up to something that I feel like they'll feel?
Depending on the environment, I don't take not dancing offensive anymore.
Okay, because that's not a thing, right? Anymore, really?
Niggas be hookahing and shit.
Right?
They
so
be on
like,
Instagram.
They be on Instagram. If it's a lounge or whatever the case is, like a lot of chairs, I don't take it too personal.
Okay.
If it's a club, like I do stuff in the city, like 4040, Club Blue, like there's no chairs, you're not dancing, that means something is wrong. Because you're there for a reason. So I've learned when my travels throughout the different like states, that different states have different music. Like DC is go-go, Atlanta's more trap and Afrobeats. Jersey is in a category of its own because they love house music, oldies, like stuff
with
from the
a little
90s.
bit of club.
Jersey
a little bit of club.
Not a lot though. Because when we in the club, we want the eclectic vibe.
I think our generation is like R&B vibes,
Yes.
like 2000s. At least for
You
me,
know,
that's what I like.
back in the day, we used to go to Skate 22, and you know, we used to try to wait until that last 20 minutes.
That's
you know?
how it was at dance hall parties. Like
Yes,
the last
dance
20
hall
minutes.
parties.
He came from the groove. That was the groove back then.
Yeah,
You know, you had to
but it
wait.
was like Usher,
Genuine.
Jeremiah Miles. Now you dance with the person that you
Wow,
want to
you
dance
talking
with.
about
you put your eyes on that girl. Like,
Yeah.
come here, baby. You know, I've been looking at you all
Literally.
night.
We see what Aaron was doing at skate. So he wasn't skating.
No, I wasn't skating.
Oh,
He was there playing video games waiting for the last 20 minutes.
Fuck, the last 20 minutes.
yeah, he been watching some girl all night.
Yeah.
All
And
night
now it's his
skating.
time.
with them Pepe jeans on. I see.
Omave, Pepe, Jabot. Remember Jabot?
You don't know Omami.
I don't know
You don't
Jabot.
know Omave?
Oh my
No.
God.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Fun fact, I
Let's
grew
not-
up with the creator son of Omave, so like Omave was like in my face for was popular.
That's dope.
I used to go to Madware and like Elizabeth Avenue and get every day for high school. Every Sunday I used to go down there and get a fresh pair of Mavis and 5 white tees. You couldn't tell me nothing.
12X,
I like
because this
that.
nigga is at least 6'7".
Listen, free size Galaxies only. It wasn't Galaxy.
Did you
I
get
ain't
a
want it.
discount because you knew him?
I did. He was giving me discounts. So
that's
he used to
dope.
run that place too. So I paid, everybody's paying like 70, 80. I was paying like 45. And then I'll buy the white tees.
Get the whole box. You gotta get the whole box of tees.
Okay.
Though.
Yeah.
She
All
don't know
right.
about that.
You don't know
Moving
about
on. Moving on. So, being a DJ, you kind of have to like build your own brand and be an entrepreneur. Like, what would you say is something that you do to get your name out there? Is it just to DJ more parties or like promote on social media? Like, what does that look like for you?
So I wasn't really big on social media until like COVID hit, right? I really didn't post like that. I was really like, you know, people are going to hear me, they're going to like me. Realizing that social media is like the most free tool you can get to resource yourself. Like, I don't have many pictures of myself on social media before a certain time. So I realized like I need to be out there, be in the crowd. I would say networking is the biggest thing, just being a good person.
Right.
So when you meet somebody, like this is what I do, like don't press them, whatever it is, just being a good, genuine person.
Do you give them
and
like a
vibe.
business card?
I got
Oh, here's
business
my
cards,
Instagram.
I got QR codes, I got
Oh, you got the QR
Instagram.
I figured you would have been a QR code kind of.
I am a
Yeah.
QR code person, so
We
that's-
need to get that.
It's on our Instagram, right? You just pull it up. I'll show you how to do it. I
okay.
got you.
we got you. But aren't you in IT?
I am, but listen, I have to handle the YouTube, the Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, the Reels. I'm doing a lot of
So what
this
you
shit
do is you
behind
get a
the
QR
scenes.
code, make a link tree, so the link tree has all those links in it.
Okay.
One stop shop.
We got a link tree, right?
We don't have Linktree. We have something similar
Okay.
to that.
Link in the
but
bio. You
yeah.
feel me?
Link in the bio.
We got all our shit together though.
Make sure you check it out.
Yeah.
But as an entrepreneur and using that word of mouth and using social media, you get a lot of positive business.
I do.
How do you deal with the negative that comes through with that business? This is like you said, people that don't want to like handle you as a DJ, bad hosts and different like how do you handle the negativity?
I kill them with kindness, just as nice as I can, let you know that I'm never gonna work with you again.
Do you tell them that?
I have told somebody I'll never work with them again. I was doing a pool party. It was like 100 and something degrees. I was like 118. It was like a super hot day.
Yeah.
And my boy Dwayne was with me. Shout out to Dwayne. Shout out to Metro Fire. We see you. Dwayne was with me, and we in this mansion. It's like this big mansion pool party, and I don't want to get too many details away because they're probably listening. But anyway, I didn't.
They gotta see this. So
he a friend of the pod. He a friend of the pod. He a friend of the pod.
If you want to get something off, talk your shit.
Probably. I didn't get like no water, no food, and mind you, it's 110, 100. I'm dying.
That's
I'm dying out there. And I kind of was like, and then she was like, "You're not playing my music," and I showed her the history, and I was like, "I played everything you want."
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you let me play what I want to play, we won't be having this problem. So we kind of got into it a little bit. So after that, I pretty much told her like I could never DJ for
and
you.
Beyonce
again.
only got but so many songs.
Is it?
And it was like Afrobeat too, and I'm like, let me cook. You know what I mean? Like, let me do what I gotta do. Like,
let them cook.
So the people who say like you're not playing my songs and what I want you to play, and like if they're giving you attitude, do you automatically like subconsciously say like, oh, I'm never working with this person again? Like, what is it that'll make you not want to work with someone?
The attitude coming off like you're better than me, not taking care of me when it's like, a wedding or something like, hey, I can't leave the booth, right? Talking behind my back. There's a few DJs I will never work with again talking behind my back. They don't even know it. They just know that I know that you talk behind my back.
How do you know they're talking about you?
People talk.
It's a small circle, right?
It's small, but it's big, right?
Okay.
So there's a DJ. I don't even want to say his name because I don't want no smoke, right?
Yeah.
Cool. We kind of came up together, and my little cousin went to school with us, went to Kean. It's probably give it away a little bit. And he was trying to talk to her, and he was talking trash about me. And my cousin was like, "Yo, he don't know that we cousins because my last name is real particular."
Okay.
So we know we cousins, and I was like, "All right, cool." He hit me up, and I was like, "No, I'm good."
Yeah.
You cut off. That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing no more.
Do you tell people that they're cut off, or you just like
I just don't respond. I don't respond.
So you ghost them.
Now I've gotten a lot better with communication, so I don't ghost.
See,
but,
I used to be like that, where like I just don't respond at all. But like I'm trying to be better and be like more mature and have conversation. At least give someone a chance to explain themselves. But like mentally, I'm like, if you're not saying the right things, like you fucking cut off.
Nah, maturity is a social construct. That's bullshit. I don't need to be mature to make you feel comfortable. If you did the bullshit, you're gonna get the bullshit how I got it.
You know what you did, or you talked about me behind my back.
People know exactly. They know exactly what you do to you, and then if they start moving funny, and then like you adjust to how they're moving, then it's like, okay, nothing really should be said.
No, not at all.
Now, on a positive aspect, instead of seeing the people who did you dirty and did you wrong, what's some people who assisted you and influenced? I know you talked about Wala, being somebody that brought you into the booth with him. Who are some other people that helped you along the way?
Oh man, we got Wala, DJ Cali Cal, Quest Flavor. Quest Flavor's a Patterson legend. Like he's an OG. He used to DJ for record labels. A couple of OGs in like New York City too. We got like DJ First Choice. Lil Man's been a big influence as far as like.
I remember Lil Man.
DJ Lil Man.
I was actually on the phone with him earlier this morning. He's
tell him to
really
come on the
well.
podcast.
He's a dope. He's a dope one.
He's dope. Like I said, he has a lot of connections people don't realize. He's well connected. So, Lil Man, before all the issues, Frosty.
What was actually? Should we talk about that? I don't know the issues.
I don't know the issues, so we good on that.
Yeah, we don't gotta talk about it.
Before the issues, Frosty. Like I said, there's a lot of local DJs, that came to DJ. Just, it was kind of like at first, because I worked at Apple, everybody came to me. And then it was like, hey, I DJ too. And it was like, all right, cool. They got to meet me, talking to me. They heard me play. And it was like, why don't you open up for me?
So they initially came to you to like fix their
because Wala came to me to like fix the stuff. And I was like, yo, by the way, he was like, I'm DJ. And he was like, oh, you was one with Wala. Cool. All right, well, I got a gig. I need you to open up me for it. And then they heard me play. And it was like, all right, well, I'm going to help you out. Like, what do you need? Music? You need this? You need that? You need to burn CDs? You need whatever I needed, they were there. So vice versa. DJ K Nice, another one. Midnight.
So I have a question. So most DJs, if not all, they have their name on the back of their laptops.
Yeah.
Is that like something you guys just do? Like, is that
like
a
license plate?
Yeah, it's kind of like promotion marketing. Like if you look up at the DJ booth and it's a blank laptop, you have no idea who it is.
Right.
If you look at the DJ booth and you see like a sticker or a logo or something like that, you kind of have an idea.
Yeah.
I had one. I don't have one anymore. I got a new laptop. I haven't just had the time to order one.
Well, Dana does digital.
I'm actually getting.
I do graphic design.
I actually want a new logo.
I created the logo for us.
That's fire.
She was a former graphic arts major.
Really?
Yeah, I changed my major like 3 times at Kean. mean,
Wait, you gotta hear the video.
You're one of those in college that
I was, which is why I went to college. I was in college for 5 years because I was initially a graphic designs major, and the Kean's program, like their core classes was like 5 hours long, and like doing that shit from either it was like 9 to 3. And then the other option was like 5 to 10. So it was just hella long. And I was like, all right, I'm not doing this. Then I switched to industrial design. Then, like Aaron said, I had my big ass like bag walking around campus with that shit. And I felt crazy. So then I switched. I was like, let me get into business. I have a business marketing degree. Yeah.
So did you go to the library with all Macs in it? Like they have like a Mac library with like a bunch of Apple computers?
No. So in college, I had a Toshiba. Like I didn't get a MacBook until I graduated because I had to pay for that.
They have the printer lab in the CAS building. The UC building. I don't know what it's called now. And
I think it's like the Myron Student Center.
Whatever it's called now. So we used to listen. This is back in 2008, 9, 10, right?
Listen, back in my day when I went to Kean, we turned that shit to Freaknik. You feel me? Like it on campus. That's how we feel.
That's between you and God.
That's kind of how it was when I was there too. Like everyone was outside, like on a Kean campus. But I think COVID, like it did change the dynamic of like a college campus.
We was outside. We were the generation that messed it up for y'all. This is why y'all don't have no more parties.
What did y'all do?
We were always outside. Like
it was a lot.
Causing trouble.
I wasn't personally causing trouble. There were people that I know. Aaron's a troublemaker. We know Aaron caused trouble. But sometimes you do, you don't. But we were the generation why y'all can't have downs parties no more. Why didn't no parties?
They shut that down my year.
The year that I was there, they started to have them again because they had it for the new freshman orientation. Like we had it for a night, and then it was like all for fall semester of 2012 they had them. So there was a point in time where like dance hall parties was like
they tried to bring it back, but then they shut it down again. But like they shut it down during us because people don't know how to act. They don't know what's going on. They would never want to go inside.
Yeah, and people were drinking,
and it was always outside.
And Kansas dry campus. Nobody was drinking on campus. Dry campus.
Yeah, but it wasn't. But can we like say our worst experience at the dance hall parties?
Oh God,
I have one
bad
particular one that was fucking embarrassing to this day.
It was that bad?
It was.
She the only one with a bad experience.
I know. We had no good experience.
So it was one party, one night. It was around my birthday, and my birthday's in March. And
you're Pisces?
Yes, I'm Pisces.
March what?
3rd.
My mom's March 1st, so you must be a good person.
What are you?
I'm a Cancer, July.
My parents are Cancers, both of them.
Both of them?
Yeah, they're fucking insane. But anyway.
One is August Cancer.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry.
What? August isn't Cancer. Anyway, so it was around my birthday, and I was a freshman, and me and someone we had on the podcast, I'm not going to say their name because they are very professional at this point, and they do have a doctorate in front of their name. So if you're watching, you know who you are. So it was me and her. And it was freshman year, and this was like the first time that we felt like we were away from our parents. We're at college, like we outside, and we didn't know that you weren't supposed to mix dark and light liquor. So this was the first time that we were like,
time out. You know that's not a real thing, right?
It kind of is.
No, it is.
Not a real thing.
Your kidney and liver can't process it.
It's not a real thing.
It's two different liquors, and because I've experienced it different times of mixing them both, that like it's not a good idea. So this was the first time I've ever done it. So we're drinking, like taking shots, and just trying to enjoy both of our birthdays because we're both March Pisces. And then we get to the party. My brother, mind you, he was at Kean as well because he transferred from St. Peter's that year.
Shout out to St. Peter's. You feel me? We out here.
Yeah, the Peacocks?
Yeah,
you already know.
You
got on the blue. You got on the blue for the Peacocks.
6 figures ain't enough also.
Shout out to Jazz.
Shout out to Jazz.
Drop a box of Jazz.
Can I get a hoodie or something?
You gotta buy one. We'll send you the link.
You send me the link, I'll buy one. I support.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all about
all right, back to my story. So my brother was there too. Like everyone was going to this dance-hall party because like it was like the first one of the year. Well, not the year because it was March, but everyone was going. So by the time we got to the party, we got there early and no one was really there. Mind you, like we're fucking shit-faced and we didn't know. So
5 minutes in. 5 minutes in, done up.
Yeah, so we're like, oh, let's go to the bathroom to check ourselves because that's what girls do.
The mirror is the worst thing because once you look in that mirror, that shit come.
You see your eyes red, puffy.
Like, no, you're not drunk.
You
you're not
look
drunk.
fine. You think you look fine. That's what we thought.
But you toe up.
So All I remember was me going into the stall. I didn't even know she was in this fucking stall with me. And then the next thing I know, I'm being escorted out by a cop, like an on-campus cop. It was at this moment that he knew. And my brother was there. So, but everyone was like out of the party, just like watching us walk out.
The party didn't even start yet.
No, at this point, we were in the bathroom for like mad long. So a cop came in.
Y'all was in the bathroom for the whole party?
I didn't find out after the fact. No, we were in there for like 30 minutes, and because there's usually a cop that like watches the bathroom at that point. So I guess they were like wondering why we were in there. So all I remember was us being escorted out by the cop. And then the next day I asked my brother, I was like, yo, what happened? He was like, Dana, like y'all were fucking like in the bathroom, like over the toilet, and you were in there for like 30 to 40 minutes. So they were gonna like take you guys down to like, you know, station on campus.
We were gonna go downtown.
Yeah, but like because he was there, he was like, I said this was my sister and it's her birthday. Like he like made up an excuse to get us out of that shit. But yeah, like I remember that shit till this day. And that was like 2012.
What's crazy is as a DJ, obviously you see those experiences all the time.
Last night there was one.
How do you talk about that?
At Lit 21.
How do you curate people's misbehavior?
I don't pay no attention. I kind of just block it out. Like if you're doing whatever you're doing, because
you're not the bartender, so
really?
You don't give a fuck.
Because
I'm not the bartender.
Nowadays, artists like when they're having a concert and they realize there's like a fight or something, or someone's like on drugs, they kind of stop the concert and they're like, "Oh, get them help." So when you see someone who is like super intoxicated and stuff, like you don't be like, "Oh, let me."
So if they're intoxicated, I do say something, right? I'll tell the manager or something like that, right?
Okay.
But that's also the bartender's fault because as under their license, they're supposed to not serve you if you look intoxicated.
Yep.
So that's also their fault.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, their license, they lose license for that.
Okay.
When it comes to fighting and other issues, everything gets thrown on the DJ. If we're doing an outside party and the cops come, the DJ gets the ticket.
What?
The DJ gets the ticket.
So if you're at, let's say, Lit 21, for example, you would get the ticket?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
It's a venue, though.
Yeah, it's a venue.
Oh, if it's an actual house party,
so like, if I'm like in your backyard doing a barbecue, and the noise ordinance is 10 o'clock, right? And 10 o'clock comes and a cop comes and says, turn the music down. All right, cool. And you say, turn the music back up. I'm like, well, I get the ticket. I'll pay for it. Okay, cool.
That's not your house, though.
So 10:30 comes, the cops come again, they give you a ticket, shut the party down. The ticket's written in my name.
How much is a ticket?
Depending on the town, like $200, $300.
That's a lot for a fucking
But you know, I
ticket.
put it on the owner. I'm like, listen, you told me to do it. You got to pay for it. So they pay for it.
Okay.
When it comes to bigger fights, and this happened before, there was a party in Sayreville, I think, and Walla was DJing.
Was that Abyss?
No, it wasn't at Abyss. It was somewhere else. And while I was DJing, I think J. Cole was going to be there. Something happened, and a big brawl broke out. And they plastered his name on the Star Ledger and the news like it was his fault. And he's like, I'm just a DJ.
They do that.
You know, I have nothing to do.
They gotta find somebody to put the blame.
Yeah, and he's like, yo, so ever since, crazy story, and I can say this now, ever since then, he was kind of banned from DJing in Sayreville. So anytime he had to DJ in Sayreville, I would DJ for him. He would come for like an hour and then leave because he was banned from the town of Sayreville from DJing at one point in time.
That's crazy.
So like they put it on whoever it is, but you know when it comes to fighting in the club, I'll stop the music, I'll change the music. When it comes to like drunkenness, whatever it is, I'll bring it to somebody's attention. I won't stop the music because one person, but a fight affects everybody.
Yeah,
but now at our big age,
I'm not the same age as y'all.
Now we're not big age. We should not be fighting in the club.
No, I agree.
Right? It should be no scrapping.
I ain't gonna lie. I was about to fight in the club on my 30th birthday this year.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you. That sounds like something you would do.
No, because see what happened was I don't usually like get rowdy. I'm not the rowdy type. So I went to the pool in AC.
Oh, Harris, yeah.
And you know, there's water in there. They be splashing water. So I'm like, oh, let's splash some water. It's fun. It's harmless. It's a fucking pool party. This dude want to get all mad and shit. Why you splash the water, bro? The fuck are you gonna do about it?
It's like, a pool, my dude. Stay home.
But
no, that's crazy.
But cooler heads prevailed. They told me to calm down. Every once in a while, you just kind of want to get into some shit.
You want to get a little rowdy. You want to like, you know.
But I was with the shits. Like, I don't be giving a fuck.
But
sometimes.
we don't promote violence.
I promote violence. Don't speak for me.
Well,
were you drunk when this happened?
I was very.
Oh, so you was on one already. You was already. You was TTG ready to go.
No. The inner me came out. The peaceful me is usually on display. The positive man.
Yes, I understand.
But that's not the real me, y'all. I'm sorry. It's a lot of me that y'all don't know.
You do poetry, right?
Yeah, you know, I got to sweeten it up because it's a lot of me that y'all don't know.
All right. On that note, guys, this actually went by fast. We do got to wrap it up because Marv is saying that it's time.
And your ear only? I ain't hear him.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
You didn't hear me say what'd you say? I was like, what happened here?
We're out of time, though. But I do want to say thank you, Mike.
I would love to come back again.
Pure for coming on. We're doing a live episode.
When
is it?
April the 29th.
I thought it was 22nd.
29th.
Okay. 29.
You see, I heard
Thanks, Marv.
that time.
Yeah.
Thanks, Marv.
Yeah, so we're doing a live episode, and we're going to invite all the guests who have been on the show.
Okay.
And we also, if there's any vendors out there, obviously, if y'all watch the show, if y'all want to support us and support the studio.
What kind of vendors you need? You need
food. Anyone that's selling any products, services, things that you want to get your name out there for.
But there is a limit of people, so once we have the flyer and know like how many people that we can send it out to, then,
And where is this live podcast going to be held?
Right over there.
Okay, right over there.
Yeah.
I'm right over there.
Oh, so there's an event space over there that we were in with the kitchen area.
Okay, that's the event space. Got it.
But Mike, we do want to thank you for coming on.
I appreciate y'all for having me. This was really quick.
By the way, this was his first podcast. He's been putting it off for 3 years, and he finally decided to come on the We Outside Afterwork podcast. So drop a bomb.
So appreciate you.
I love it here. Definitely want to come back. We can get some more questions.
Yes.
I definitely want to come to the live one as well.
It's gonna
be lit. And I got some vendor friends that'll definitely be interested in supporting the cause.
And if anyone else wants to come live or offer any suggestions, any feedback, any questions, come on the show. Make sure you reach out to woawpod@gmail.com. You see, I almost fucked that up.
You did.
Right?
But I also want to just add, I added the send voicemail to our episode. So now if you do want to send a voicemail, we can play it on the show. That'd be dope. I would love
like
that.
Hot 97, like call it in. Like,
it's a podcast. Damn podcast. We're doing what they doing.
And we gonna have a couple new features coming soon. So y'all wait for that.
Yeah.
We working the kinks out.
Stay tuned.
I like this podcast life.
Yeah.
Right.
Come join us.
Yes. But on that note, guys, we outside.
And we
out.